Transform yourself, not the world around you. Long ago, people lived under the wise rule of a king, enjoying peace and prosperity. The inhabitants of the kingdom were happy and content with their lives, which were full of abundance and free from hardship. One day, the monarch decided to visit distant historical sites and shrines to personally connect with his subjects. He set out on foot, wishing to learn about the lives of ordinary people firsthand. The residents of these remote lands were overjoyed at the opportunity to speak with their ruler, proud of his kindness and care for them. After several weeks of travel, the king returned to the palace, pleased with the prosperity he had witnessed and the holy places he had visited. However, one circumstance overshadowed his joy: the unbearable pain in his feet, caused by the long journey on foot. He complained to his ministers about the uncomfortable and rocky roads, stating that he could not endure the pain and was concerned for his subjects who were forced to walk on them. Out of compassion, the king ordered his servants to cover all the roads in the country with leather so that his people could walk in comfort. The ministers were astonished by this decision, understanding that it would require the slaughter of thousands of cows and the expenditure of vast sums of money. Finally, a wise advisor offered the king an alternative solution. Instead of covering all the roads with leather, wouldn't it be simpler to cut pieces of leather and wrap them around your own feet? The king was surprised by the wisdom of this suggestion. He ordered a pair of leather shoes for himself and commanded all his subjects to follow his example to protect their feet. Ravi, perpetually discontent with life, lived in a small town working at a local store. He constantly complained about the world around him. The roads are terrible. People don't respect each other. Everyone is selfish. Why be kind when the world is so cruel? He grumbled. Ravi was rude to customers, got into arguments with neighbors, and even quarreled with his own brother. One day, after another argument at work, his manager gently remarked, "Ravi, if you continue to be at war with the world, you will end up alone. Perhaps the problem isn't the world, but yourself." Ravi rolled his eyes. "So, I'm supposed to change?" The manager smiled. "Try it for just 1 week. Change your behavior and see what happens." The next day, Ravi saw an elderly man struggling with a heavy bag. Usually, Ravi would have walked past, but this time something stopped him. He approached and offered, "May I help you?" The old man was surprised. "Thank you, young man, that's very kind of you." Ravi carried the bag across the street. The man smiled and said, "Not many people stop to help these days." Ravi didn't say anything, but he felt a warmth inside. At the store, Ravi began greeting customers with a smile. He stopped yelling when someone accidentally dropped an item. He started saying thank you and please. Gradually, people began to notice the change. "Ravi, you seem happier," one customer remarked. "It's a pleasure to come to this store now," said another. Even his brother, who usually avoided him, came to visit and said, "You've changed. What happened?" Ravi simply replied, "I stopped trying to change everyone else. I started with myself." One evening, Ravi sat by the window, watching children play. He saw the same broken roads, the same noise, the same world. But his heart was filled with peace and lightness. He realized an important truth. The world hadn't changed, but he had. And that changed everything around him. The moral of this fable is, if you seek peace in your life, do not try to change the world. Start with yourself, and the world around you will transform when your heart finds harmony.